Champion, yeah, everybody used to pick and bring this for all the ones where the blood dealer just stay turned like.
Today, NFL International Series on EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is our Jets and the London Monarchs. They'll bring it out to the 25. Pro Bowler James Conner. And not much to the 26-yard line. On 2nd and 9. Locke looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Jets.
Locke now on first down. They'll get that one complete to Conner. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. The loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
A loss of 5 yards brings up 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. This is taken at the 23. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And that will come the offense as they take over.
30-yard.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
32-yard line.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 109 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the #2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to #1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. And it's good to make it 7-0.
Makes the score.
Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Locke. A hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's the Jets punt. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The drive will start with Connor. Get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And the Jets first down.
Now this one is tight end out on the right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
Shotgun snap to Locke. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Locke now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
That's what you're going to need to do.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys. Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, catches the ball. This is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the job there, stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd down now. call it. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Throwing his lock on third down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got the hook on Odell Beckham. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head scheme going.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down.
At the 41-yard line.
Now Murray off play action. Out to his left. Out to the left here to Reed. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
19-yard line.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep body.
And it's caught. Touchdown. From 19 yards away. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as they're driving. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Locke going to try and throw on third down. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Taken in at the 22. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. London about set to take over on offense, and they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the ball.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 37 yards. What a first half to this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So two thoughts come to mind. One, get some oxygen. Fill up your lungs a little bit. And number two, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
And this game to the last one, they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
Well, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players.
Take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The offense for the Jets ready to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. From the gun, it's Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. Onside throw complete to Adams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards, a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
To throw on 3rd down. Locke. And Adams has it complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, Locke will find the ball complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Josiah DeGuara, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now the try here for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield.
Raheem Mostert.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Rolling to his left. Throw left side is complete to Reed. Touchdown! Big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
No escape for Locke, and he'll go down.
Loss of 8 yards. It's second down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Locke. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. So we've come to, due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Jets 7.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the 2nd half. Mostert now to return.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
London about set to take over on offense.
They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Going to run again here with Pollard. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. They find some open field here. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, Pollard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Run for Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. On 3rd down, Pollard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Loss on the play.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what did they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how did they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
They'll stay on the ground with Conner again. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. These guys have punted 4 times already, and their still is going to be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. London about set to take over on offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They'll run with Pollard.
Love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
On 1st down, Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Welcome back now here in London. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. On 3rd down, Pollard.